On the action this season with Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Action.
Who's got it better than us?
Into the end zone, Charger fans are witnesses to history!
Yo to Bolt fam, it's the Director. We got ourselves some Chargers, Commanders, football today. The Chargers looking to bounce back after that, we'll call it trap game last week. And the Commanders, who have got their starting quarterback and Jaden Daniels back finally, are looking to get back on track as well. It's a 2-2 versus 3-1 team. And these guys are getting ready to kick it off. Good to see everybody in the chat as this game gets going. Is it Michelle Brown? Welcome to the crew. We got Dominic Sizemore, member for 11 months, says today is the bounce back today. Hampton's going to feast. Oh, yeah, we got some underdog stuff to look at too, dude. Should be a pretty good one for that. We got Drew Jambros. With the bolt up, baby, I want to see Q or Amari and get in the end zone today. Absolutely, I'm hoping it's Amari, and I got a couple of underdog entries counting on him today, which I'm very confident. I think he's going to be very active in the passing game today, as the Chargers in the full powder blues will be the first team on offense. Erie woohoo with the $2 watching on my 35th birthday. Go Superchargers! Happy birthday to our guy, Erie Woohoo. Appreciate the love. And we got a flag on the very first play. That's one of the first things the Chargers got to really address right now, right? Those flags. So we're going to replay the kickoff is what it looks like. Happy birthdays in the chat. Let's get you guys the score down here as we're getting ready to rock and roll in the Chargers-Commanders game, where the Chargers are about to take the field on offense first. Keep that in mind as we get closer to the second half. The Commanders will receive in the second half. The Chargers will get to work on offense here first. And honestly, this is a game where we need to see a whole lot of Amari and Hampton. Chargers who have been not so good. In protecting Justin Herbert, need to find him some more time. Hopefully that can do it. Here comes the return by KLS. He's going to get past the 20. Not much more after that. Here we go, dudes. Justin Herbert and the Chargers taking the field offensively. Tim Thied with the $2. Yo, brother, let's go. Let's go. It's time for some Chargers football. We got a whole lot of Omari and Hampton to watch today in terms of fantasy. I got some Gadsden. I got some Herbert. It should be a lot of fun. First play on offense. It's a carry for Omarion Hampton, who hits the outside, breaking tackles like he always does, picks up about 8. That's a nice run by the rookie, who should be a featured piece of this offense going forward. How did the Broncos beat the Eagles? Man, I've been getting set up. I didn't even get to see the end of that game. Yeah, the Eagles, their offense hasn't looked as good this season. And the Broncos, we all know they can be dangerous. Great defense. Have to see what that amounts to. Here comes second down. Omarion Hampton in motion. He's going to line up at running back, and it is a carry by Omarion, and he's going to get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback run option. And Herbert, who had a good sell on it. I thought it was him for a second there. Maybe had a chance to pick up the first down. It'll be 3rd and short coming up. Director, right? Hey, what's up, Hugo, the doorman boss? Problem is I accidentally picked higher on the Jordan Mason. No! That's tragic, Hugo! No! Those were pretty chalk for me this morning. Oh, that's tragic. That is tragic. It happens to everybody. It's happened to me several times. 3rd and 2. Herbert, he's going to take off for it. Herbert with the first down. He's still going. Herbert past the 50, the 40, the 30, finally taken down to the 25-yard line. Oh! Justin Herbert on the big run. It's Turbo Herbo on the loose. And the Bolts pick up a huge gain. 41 yards for Justin Herbert. Let's go! Turbo Herbo gets it done. And the Chargers drive continues. 10's in the chat for our guy Justin Herbert, who now is going to roll out and hit Quentin Johnston on the run. It's going to be a pickup of 11 and another first down Chargers. Wow, the Bolts just like that in the red zone of the Commanders. And we've got a 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Woo! Big love to Brandy. We got Envy Town with the 37 months, another month of supporting the greatest Chargers channel content. Let's get this dub and get out healthy Bolt up. Yes, please. Yes, please. 1st and 10. We got a penalty. It's going to be a false start on the Chargers. 1st and 15 coming up. Let's finish this drive out and get some points. Let's get some points. It'll be 1st and 15. Wow. Already in field goal range. Would love to start off with a touchdown. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Here comes 1st and 15. In motion is Hampton. Hampton is going to be the receiver. We need receiving yards from him today. He's going to pick up a solid gain. It'll be 8 or 9. It'll be 2nd and medium coming up. Nice play by Omarion Hampton. You guys want to know how confident I am in Omarion Hampton receiving today? Take a look at the underdog. We got some picks on Hampton to watch out for. And we threw down some big bones on some of these Hampton picks, man. I got Hampton everywhere today, particularly in his receiving. I think he's going to be very good at receiving today for the Chargers. And we all know that the Commanders have been able to give up a whole lot of yards to the running back. We saw last week Bijan Robinson go for over 100 yards receiving. I'm pretty high on Omarion Hampton being able to at least put up, what did I have in there, like 20 yards? We got about half of it in one play. Come on, baby. It'll be 2nd and 7. Chargers called the timeout, by the way. Is Brady commentating? Is he for this game? I saw him in the booth, so I'm guessing yes. He had some comments to make about Justin Herbert this morning, stating that if he's protected, he's the best passer in the league. I'm sure Raiders fans weren't happy to see their guy talking praises to the Chargers quarterback. I'm wondering why we're not playing football right now. We had the timeout by the Chargers. Taking forever to get everything reset. Here we go. All right, 2nd and 7. Looks like a run formation for the Chargers. It is a carry for Omarion Hampton, and Hampton is going to pick up about 3. It'll be 3rd and about 5. 3rd and 5 for the Chargers at the Washington Commanders' 11-yard line. Would love to see a touchdown here. The Chargers' first drive has looked really good offensively. A breath of fresh air from last week. Now can they finish and produce points on the first drive? We're looking at Keenan. We're looking at Oronde Gadsden this week, by the way. He's another guy that I want to see involved. Justin Herbert steps back, looking, has to step forward. He's going to take off again, thinking about it. Passes on the run, back of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Ladd McConkey. It was too high. 4th and 5. Chargers likely taking the field goal here. Herbert maybe with an opportunity to take off and pick up the first down. I'm going to take another look at it. Now the Commanders, not a lot of breathing room for Herbert. Maybe an opportunity. Still have to wait and see. And then Ladd McConkey, who was the intended receiver there, well thrown behind him. There was no chance of him coming up with that one. It'll be 4th and 5. And Cameron Dicker should help us take the early lead here. Oh, there was a Commander offsides. Hang on. Hang on. A Commander offsides. What is the penalty? If it's on the Commanders, that's a first down Chargers. It was 3rd and 5. Oh, it's on the Commanders. Ho, 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 ho. We get lucky on that one. Chargers able to get him to jump. Oh, it was Sandra still. The standout Michigan Wolverine. We all wanted him. And he's going to be the one to jump, and the Chargers have another opportunity to score a touchdown here. Jermaine with the 54. Herbert's tendency to not run for the first down is nerve-wracking. It is. And then every once in a while, he'll go for 54. You know what I mean? We get lucky here, though. It's still 1st and goal. And now the Chargers get another set of downs and a try again. Here comes the next carry for Omarion Hampton. Misses the first tackle. He's going to bring it into the 3-yard line. A pickup of 4. And now the Chargers are just 2 yards away from pay dirt. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's give it to Hampton. I think I do have a Hampton touchdown on my picks somewhere today, man. Some of the featured Chargers I have today, Justin Herbert are completing more than 34.5 or having more than 34.5 passing attempts. We got Oronde Gadsden on 20 receiving yards. Whole lot of Hampton. Speaking of which, here comes the next play. It's Herbert, throws on the run. It's in the end zone, and it's a touchdown, Chargers! Ladd McConkey finds the end zone. I know fantasy players are so relieved to see that one, man. It has been a long road for Ladd McConkey in this season. Finally finds the end zone, and the Chargers will capitalize on their first possession. It's a touchdown, Bolts and the full powder blues. Oh, dude, I love these uniforms. Those full powder blues are absolutely stunning. Let's go, Ladd McConkey. And the Chargers will take an early 0-7 lead. 15's in the chat for our guy, Ladd, dude. We needed to see that one. Yes, sir. Time for the Chargers defense to get on the field. While we go to commercial break, I'm going to once again show you guys the Chargers picks that we're rooting for today. It's been a rough one, man. This was last week was so awesome. We won well over $1,000. This week's been slow. The early slate was not as good to us as we were hoping. But this is what we're looking for in the second half here. We got Omarion Hampton with 21.5 rushing yards or receiving yards that we have to hit. The Bolts, I'm going to say, have not been great stopping running quarterbacks. I got 34.5 for Jaden Daniels on that one. Of course, you have to have more than one player. I should say a player from the other team. You can't just fool it, of just Chargers. Let's see. We got a whole bunch more to look at. I got higher than 14.5 receiving here. Wanted to hedge my bets a little bit. But looks pretty good. Deebo Samuel under 60 yards about. Right there. Let's see. What do we got? We already hit on Darren Waller. We're going to look for James Cook later today. The Jordan Mason lower already hit this morning. I'm so sorry, Hugo. This was a big one for me. I was like, no way he puts up more than 75 yards on the Browns. That one helps a lot. If we hit another few yards here for Amari Hampton through the air, that's a big win right there. Let's see, who else we got? Another Hampton entry right here. We got 4.5 receptions. These are all over for Keenan Allen, Omari and Hampton on the touchdown, and then Jaden Daniels on the rushing yards. And then finally, we got a Gadsden and Herbert pickup here. We got a Rondé Gadsden, who I think sneakily could be a featured part of the offense this week. I want him on 20 yards. And then Justin Herbert on the 34.5 passing attempts. That's what we got for today. We got some more super chats coming in. It's Wesley Duke with the 46 months saying, personally, for me, these are the Chargers' best looking uniforms. Bolt up, baby. It is so hard not to love these. The full pattern. I wonder what took us so long. These are absolutely fire. 46 months, Wes. Good to see you, man. Fabian with the $10 holla. Herbert about to go off. He was kissing his girl on the field. Really, was he? Having himself a sideline beer. $10 holla from Fabian. Let's go, dude. Let's go, Herb. That's my dog right there. Now is the time with the 57 months. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Let's see some this is the ways in the chat. We got Chase coming in here. How's your sister? He says, yo, mama. Good to see you, man. 43 months. Y'all are crazy, man. Thank you so much for all the support. Here we go, Chargers. And we got ourselves a second, or I should say our first possession on, or I should say the first Chargers defensive effort coming up here. Here comes the kickoff. It's going to be returned by the Commanders past the 20, past the 30, past the 40. Oh, special teams need a little bit of cleanup there. It's Hassan Haskins who will finally bring them down. Nice starting field position for the Commanders on this one. And yes, they were showing Justin Herbert for a moment there. Looks like he got a little scrape when maybe he was running with the football, finally got tackled, who knows. But he should be okay. Didn't look like anything too bad. Here comes first down for the Commanders. 10 yards to go from the 42-yard line. The real Elliott having a sideline beer. This is the way. Here comes first and 10. Jaden Daniels. He's going to sling it over the middle. Finds his receiver, Deebo, for about 5 yards. It'll be second and 5 coming up for the Commanders. Yoda. Little blood never hurt nobody. Yeah, just throw a Band-Aid on there. Get back on the field. You'll be fine. Steve Simmons with the $5. I love, or you have Hampton at over 3.5 receptions, Loudon over 4.5. Those are pretty good odds this week. Here comes the first carry by the quarterback, and he's going to get slammed down. No yards for the Commanders. I wonder if that counts as a rush or because it was behind the line, if it's a sack. Either way, Deshaun Hand gets in there and denies him. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Come on, defense. Let's go. 3rd and 4, the Powder Blues playing close to the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chargers. They're going to send 4. It's going to be a throw to the flat. Incomplete. He was looking for 26. What an effort by Elijah Molden to close the gap there. I'm not sure who the running back was. Was it Krosky Merritt or Nichols? Either way, he saw him coming, and there was no way he was holding on to that football. It's 4th and 4. Chargers force a 3 and out to start their day on defense. Woo! Let's go. Yeah, Molden, dude. That was a crazy, crazy tackle. Would-be tackle. Great start by the defense. Great start by the offense. Here comes the punt, and the Chargers will get another opportunity here. It's going to go into the end zone. Chargers will take over now from the 20-yard line. Good start. Not bad, not bad. Was it Thule there on the pressure? I was looking at Elijah Molden the entire time. So Thule may have been the one to get in there and force that throw. Great start by both sides of the football. And the Chargers will get another possession on the 20 here in just a second. Hugo says you need 5.5 from Debo, 5.5 from Derwin. Oh, tackles from Derwin. 249.5. Oh, talking about total yards from Justin Herbert. That's not a bad one to make right there, dude. If you added rushing, that's even better because he's already got like 40, 50 yards rushing today. That is awesome. Yeah, what are you guys thinking about that? So far, from what we've heard, there's maybe some good news on the horizon for Joe Alt. Joe Alt may be back sooner rather than later. And the biggest indicator to that on the surface was that he wasn't put on IR. Well, here we are a week later. And the time it takes to do these tests and to get these, evaluations and stuff done, we would have probably known by now if he was going to hit IR. So the fact that they haven't done that tells us that he thinks he may be back in 3 weeks. Otherwise, they would have just put him on IR and said, okay, we'll see you in 4 weeks. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's hope. We're huffing the hopium right now. I'm really hoping that he comes back for week 8. That would be tight. That's the week I'm going to the game. Please put him on the field for the Vikings game. That would be awesome. Love to see him out there. Payon with the $5 hub forgot to say, may God keep blessings to you and your family. Director, thank you for the streams, Brother Boltup. Hey, thank you so much, Fabian. Thank you. This is a very, 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 very special week for our family as me and Mrs. Director celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary. 10 years! That's quite the milestone, man. Me and her had some time to reflect on it this week. Of course, we're celebrating around the same time we're going to the game. That's going to be our 10-year anniversary vacation. We're going to go catch the game with you guys in Minnesota, or say versus Minnesota. And then afterwards, we're going to go on a fun vacation. We're going to have some time together to celebrate 10 years. It's been crazy. Absolutely crazy. Thank you, everybody, so much. It's been so great to be able to celebrate, now in this new chapter of our lives, which so crazily involves such a large portion of the Chargers fandom. It's so crazy. Absolutely blessed out here. Here comes the first play for the Chargers on this drive. Justin Herbert looking. He's going to hit Hampton underneath, and Hampton's going to try and find some space. He will hit the outside. And again, what looked like what it might have been a negative play turns into 4 yards on that catch. It'll be 2nd and 6. Nice play. Aaron Adams with the 10. He says $10 for 10-year anniversary. Bolt up. Hey, Aaron. Thank you so much, dude. Me and Mrs. Director, we're gonna go find some nice restaurants and hang out, and it's gonna be fun. We have a very fun vacation planned in celebration of it. Here comes the next carry. Oh my goodness! Omarion Hampton, I thought he was gonna get hit for a loss of 5. He breaks through the first tackle, only gets back to the line of scrimmage, but my word. For one, terrible blocking on the interior, which is probably going to be predicted by many of us. But what an effort by the rookie to turn something into nothing. It'll be 3rd and medium coming up. Steve with the happy anniversary. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are so great. Thank you. Michael, I'm sensing Lad legacy game. He's due. He is due. Absolutely due. Here comes 3rd and 6. Herbert, got to get rid of it. Throws over the middle. It's Keenan Allen. And Keenan is going to pick up huge yardage all the way down past the 50, around the 46 or 47-yard line. That's a 27-yard H-bomb to our guy, Keenan Allen. Holy cow. And it's Keenan Allen who makes it happen. Oh, my goodness. 13's in the chat. And the Chargers, just like that, are into Commanders territory. Oh, let's go. Hassan Haskins in at running back. We might be throwing it here on a play action, are we? It's a carry. It's a carry for Haskins, who picks up a solid 4 or 5 yards. It'll be second and medium from the 43-yard line. He still got the ageless wonder. It really is, dude. He needs, by the way, one more catch to record 1,000 career catches, which would be the 16th time in NFL history that has happened. One more catch for Keenan this game equals 1,000 career catches for Keenan Allen. In motion is Trey Harris. It'll be a play action this time. Herbert looking, fires over the middle. It's Ladd McConkey who shakes off the first tackle and picks up the first down. Chargers. Ladd McConkey picking up the first, and the Chargers move the chains now at the 36-yard line of the Commanders, looking rejuvenated on offense this week. Nightway with the 5. Congrats on your anniversary and also being where you are today. You've earned it. Thank you so much, guys. We will always be so grateful to the Chargers and to the Bolt fam for showing up in droves to give us this opportunity. Here comes the next play. It's a flip over to Quentin Johnston, who's got some space, cuts inside, picks up the first down. Nice run by QJ. Oh, the reverse works for the first time in ages, and it's Quentin Johnston that makes it happen. They're going to call him just short 2nd and 1 for the Chargers. But awesome run by Quentin Johnston. Great flip and great execution by Omarion Hampton as well. And surprisingly good vision by QJ on that route, we'll say, on that run. Here comes the next play. It's a carry. It's Omarion Hampton. And he'll pick up the first, but there is a flag. False start by the Chargers. It'll push him back. It'll be 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 5, somewhere around there. Yes, dude, I want to start. I'm hoping that they did that just now. Somebody on Twitter said, hey, every time Quentin Johnston does something crazy, we want you guys to say Q in the stands. I retweeted it. We're hoping to get the word out. It sounds like maybe the crowd did just do that, right? Q! Give this man some confidence, dude. Here comes first down. Or excuse me. Another play in the first quarter, but they're going to whistle it dead again. Is this another penalty? We took a timeout. It would have been a first down, but it is what it is. Maybe there was something not lined up proper. Maybe we're looking at another penalty. And we're in commercial break here in just a second. The stadium PA for the Chargers saw the tweet. No way. That's awesome. I hope the guy who I retweeted is just in a cloud 9 right now. Let's see, what was his name? Let's go find the tweet together. How about that? Let's go find the tweet together. What was his name? We'll give him a shout out and credit for the idea. There's me and the missus right there. Man, dude. I know, before y'all say it, I know. I am very well aware. I understand. We may have outkicked our coverage. We get it. All right, where is this guy? Here it is. Here it is. So Julian the Hooligan is the one to be credited with the idea. Chargers fans at SoFi need to yell Q every time he makes a catch. I believe he deserves it. Will possibly boost his confidence even more. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're hoping to see that continue. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the young director. 10 years ago. 10 years ago, young director. Crazy. That hair. Yeah, we definitely decided to adopt the flow after some point, didn't we? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes. Yes, I see you. I see all of you. I see all of you. We're waiting to come back from commercial here in just a second. Chargers will have the ball 2nd and 5. 2000s pop punk guitarist. Some people said I should be inserted into the My Chemical Romance, one of those videos. That was my vibe back then. I'll say that. I was huge into... I don't know if any of you guys are gonna remember these bands. I was a big fan of 303, Cobra Starship, and Hollywood Undead. You guys familiar with that game? That was back in the day, dude. That was my jam. Here come the Chargers now. Finally, it'll be 2nd and median coming in. 2nd and 5. Chargers empty backfield. 5 wide. I want more Oronde Gadsden. No Gadsden on the field right now. 2nd and 5. Manders sending some heat. Chargers got to get rid of it. And Herbert will throw it away. But it'll be 2nd and 5. Absolutely no protection. Herbert looks a little heated on that one, dude. Got to take a look at the blocking here. So Payne was the one to get in. And, dude, Bozeman. Bozeman panicked and didn't block anybody. Now it's 3rd and 5. That is tragic. Can't let that happen again. 3rd and 5. It'll be Justin Herbert looking. Has to get rid of it. No, he's going to take the sack. And it's Von Miller, who I keep forgetting is on this team. It'll be 4th down, Chargers. I think still able to try for a field goal here. But, man, what a display of tough times on that offensive line. 4th and 11. Yeah, that O-line is so bad. Right on, Hugo. Oh, you guys are familiar. All right, I'll take it. Yeah, them's are some throwbacks right there. Here comes the attempt by Cameron Dicker. It looks as beautiful as the last kick he made. That is good from 55, and it's 3 points added to the board for the Chargers. It'll be a 10-0 lead for the Bolts. I'll take it, man. 2 possessions, I will absolutely take it. Right on for the Chargers. But you can see it on the face of Jim Harbaugh. That offensive line's in a bad way. Honestly, dudes, how much worse could it get if we threw Andre James in there? I don't know, man. I feel like we're at that point. Let's get James in. Let's see what happens. Let's at least see what happens. Could it be any worse? I think not. Gonna finally step up and play Battlefield? You know it, dude. I'm actually so stoked. So I know the game comes out on the 10th, right? Is there an early release window by any chance? I gotta go pre-order that after this game. I loved the beta. I am not that kind of gamer, by the way. I love me some Apex Legends. I love me some Helldivers. I play Madden, and then whatever Star Wars game is hot at the moment. Lately, it's been Battlefront 2. I'm not much of like a Call of Duty or Battlefield or that kind of gamer, but man, I liked the beta of the new Battlefield. My brother dragged me in kicking and screaming, and now I'm pretty excited for the drop. I'm stoked. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, Bozeman. Trade Bozeman for what? 74 and Bozeman need to hit the bench. Yeah, dude. So one of the biggest things I was excited about in practice this week was the move of Sawyer to left tackle. We saw him playing left tackle, which he was great in his rookie season when he played left tackle for Rashawn Slater, who was injured that season. And I figured that we might see a little bit of that this week. And so far, no dice. I'd like to see it sooner rather than later, though. New legend in Apex, you heard? Ooh, yeah, I did hear about that. I'm excited. I'm a Caustic main, so I've been really enjoying this last season. But already a new legend after, Sparrow was so soon. That's exciting. Trade for Powers Johnson. I don't think I'll ever want to trade with the Raiders unless they want to give us some, discounts on Brock Bowers. Such a Bowers fan. I was so disappointed when they drafted him and Janty. Little update, bro. Situation, fortunately preparing for the worst. Oh, man. Hey, guys, prayers for Hugo, man. Prayers for Hugo and his family. Going through it. It's a tough time, man. And we're very familiar with the struggle of that situation, man. You have our thoughts and our prayers and our love, I'm sure, from the whole Bolt fam in that situation. Big love to Hugo, man. Eric Black with the $5 Holla Center. Going to be priority number one. Be totally cool if we went out and spent big money like they did with Lindsley or secure a dominant guy. I absolutely am on board for that. Absolutely. Absolutely on board for that. Let's roll with the 2. Play Ghost of, is it Yote? Great game. So I need to play the first one still. I think I played it a little bit a few years ago, but that was around the same time that Helldivers came out, and the Helldivers, man, I started playing the crap out of that game. I got to pick up the first one again. I heard it's really good. Big prayers to Hugo, yes. Thank you, guys. So there's a flag now. So Marlon Wax got called for what now? No, it wasn't Marlon Wax. It was number 13 of the Commanders that got called for unnecessary roughness, I think, on Marlo Wax. And it's going to push him back halfway to the goal. So they're going to start from the 13-yard line. 13-yard line is what we're looking at here. Here comes 1st and 10. It's going to be Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who's going to pick up a solid 6 yards or so. Nice run for the rookie there. He was the talk of the town when it came to value at fantasy football this last draft. Tim Thied with the 2. I really like the center out of Oregon. Yeah, the center out of Oregon looks insane. I think it was Auburn's center that also looks really, really good. It might end up being a really good center class this season. And I'm hoping the Chargers will be positioned to grab the best one. That's our biggest concern right now is center, in my opinion. Number 13 is Tay Martin. Thank you, Tay Martin. Here comes 2nd and 3. It's going to be another handoff to Merritt. And Merritt's going to find a big hole, Merritt! Gets tackled down after a pickup of 13, and the Commanders now at the 33-yard line. Yeah, Connor Lew. Yeah, that guy, dude. I've heard he's great. He could be the next big thing. The Oregon guy I've heard about as well. Miami, yes. There was another one. What was his name? It was a crazy last name, too. I was like, I'm going to remember that. Now I'm here and I don't remember it. Here comes 1st and 10 from the Commanders. Debo swinging to the outside. It'll be a handoff up the middle. And Krosky-Merritt is going to get tackled for no gain. It'll be 2nd and long coming up. Slaughter, Jake Slaughter from Florida. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Jake Slaughter. Yes. Jake Slaughter looked pretty good. Yeah, that's the one. It looks like it's going to be a good center draft, so I'm hoping that we get maybe the best one if we can. We're obviously going to be picking in the late 20s, if not 32. Here comes 2nd and 9 over the middle, looking for Debo! Woo! The perspective from the camera looked like it may have been intercepted, but then it fell, and I was like, okay, he was pretty far away from it. Hey, nice pass defended there. Tarheeb still. And it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Chargers defense. Let's go! Perfect name for football players, especially on defense? Yes, dude. I remember thinking that. I was like, man, he looks crazy. 3rd and 9. Derwin James on the line. No, he'll back off. It's going to be, Deion Henley almost got him. Watch out. It's a rush, and the quarterback slipped. It's going to be a pickup of about 5, but that's not going to be enough. and it'll be 4th and 5 from their own 38-yard line. The Chargers are about to force another punt. Nice pressure by the Chargers. Tooley, I saw Dayon Henley in there as well. And good effort to keep him from converting. Didn't quite see who picked up the tackle there. Let's see, I think it was Tarheeb Still again. And here comes the punt by the Commanders. Nice defense this game. Here comes the punt. It is up. And it'll be fair, caught inside the 15 by Ladd McConkey. We're looking at a 1st and 10 from the Chargers' 14-yard line when we return from break. Jaden Daniels looks nervous. He should. This is probably the best defense he's faced this season. Did they play the Packers yet? That may be the only one where I'm like, that may top us. Let me take a look here. Yeah, they did. Okay, so maybe the second best. The second best defense they've played this year. Packers are insane, dude. We got to give them credit. But Chargers defense, they're up there. They are definitely up there, too. Yeah, they did play the Packers. I do remember that game now. In week 2. And they did put up 18 points in that game, so let's keep that in mind. Commanders are a sneaky good team, man. They got some sneaky good players. They dropped 41 points on the Raiders, which it seems to become a trend now, isn't it? Oh, the Raiders. How much did the Colts end up dropping on them today? I know it was over 40. I caught the third quarter of that game. It was 40. It was 40-6. That is filthy, Raiders. I am so looking forward to that rematch later this year. I'm very much excited for that game. Ashton Beers from Minnesota. You're telling me there's a man named Beers that could block for Justin Herbert to help him score Beers later? Is that what I'm hearing? Ashton Beers to the Bolts? That may need to be a thing we campaign for. Is the center to draft. Let's get me some sideline beers and some on-field beers for Justin Herbert this year, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Raiders need to put Farva in. Dude, I couldn't believe it when I saw the news that they signed and extended Geno Smith to what, like a 3-year or 4-year deal? Something where I was like, why would you guys do that? Like, now you're like cornering yourselves into this Geno thing. And I mean, who knows if it works or not? And right now it really is not working. No one will top the name Will Clapp. Bet. I'm going to say it actually, you're that is one thing in Madden that made me laugh so hard last year. You guys know what golden tickets are? They gave him a golden ticket, I'm sure just for the meme, which was fantastic. Here comes the first carry for Hampton on this series. It'll pick up about 3. And it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. We got a holla coming in from Eric Black, $2 holla. Can we talk about the fall of the Ravens? It's been insane, dude. I mean, honestly, it reflects the vital involvement of Lamar Jackson. Like, he truly is the best player on that team. And until he's back, I think this is what you can expect. 2nd and 7. Herbert looking, fires. He's going to hit the sideline, and it's Keenan Allen who picks up about 4 or 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up for the Bolts. So this is what we were expecting in this game. Short, quick passes, run the football. Maybe they set up a screen here to Amari and Hampton. We saw that trick play to Quentin Johnston. They're trying to help Justin Herbert stay upright for the most part. And by the way, you're right, Sinful Hands. That was his 1,000th catch in the NFL. The 16th player ever in history to record 1,000 catches in their career. Congratulations to Keenan Allen, the Chargers legend. Here comes the draw play, and it's Omarion Hampton with the first down, Chargers. And Hampton moves the sticks, and we're looking at a 1st and 10 now from the 24-yard line. 1,000 catches for Keenan Allen. I want to see 13s and 1,000s in the chat to celebrate what is going to be an insane milestone for this Chargers legend. Now, y'all are saying number 79 hurt. That's Trey Pipkins. Ooh. So Jamari Sawyer's going to play tackle now. Oh, man. We're taking another look at this play. He gets his ankle rolled up on. Yep. Holy cow. $5. What if Jim and Pete are close friends? We think that... Don't live. Hang on. Here comes another play for Omarion Hampton. Hampton finds some space on the right side. Nice little run there. It'll be 4 yards. And that was actually a pass, it says, to Omarion. We can hope so. Would love the receiving yards. 2nd and 6 coming up. Went to Vegas to sabotage the Raiders. I want to see the Netflix documentary on that one, man. I would like to see it. Yeah, the offensive line, dude. We got to figure something out. We need to carry someone to the top of the mountain and let them drink from the stream and break this curse that is the Chargers' offensive line woes. 2nd and 6. It's another carry. Nope, play action. Herbert looking, fires to the flat. And Omarion breaks the first tackle and picks up the first down, maybe 10 yards, 12 yards on that reception by Omarion Hampton. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I think we may have hit it. I think we may have hit it with Omarion on the receiving yards all of a sudden. No way! So early. I only took 14.5 on one of them because I was like, we got to be safe on one. But he's already hit the 28 yards. Or 21.5 yards. That was the full entry for underdog. That is awesome, dude. I think we hit on something with that one already. Here comes the next play. Herbert. Ooh, he's going to get sacked. Dang it. That's a big sack, too. 5 yards. It's Armstrong. Got to take a look at the blocking here in a minute. Oh, man. So that one's going to hit already for like 200, 300. I will take it. Cool. 2nd and 15. Herbert, he's got to get rid of it. He's going to throw on the run. Finds over the middle a wide open Ladd McConkey, who picks up almost the first down. It's 13 yards. 3rd and 2 from midfield. The Chargers pick up a big play to Ladd McConkey. Way to go. Dude, Justin Herbert on the run with the dart accuracy to Ladd McConkey. It's 3rd and 2, and it's a pitch, and it's Omarion Hampton who finds some more space in the outside, picks up the first down, Chargers. Omarion Hampton on the big run continues to have his big day. 8 for 8, and a first down, Chargers now at the 44-yard line of the Commanders. Yes, sir, dude. Omarion is a beast. I give myself credit every once in a while. I got so much crap for drafting him in our huge mock draft on Bleacher Report. Well. Here comes the next carry. This time it's Kamani Vidal for just a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. I remember I was watching, or I was going back and reading some of the comments from that experience back in, and what was that, like March? Maybe mid-April? And there's a lot of angry people. You took a running back in the first? Well, we have some receipts. We have some receipts to go through. Here comes 2nd and 8 for the Chargers. It's going to be Haskins in at running back. Justin Herbert looking. He's going to fire on the run. Finds Quentin Johnston. Oh, he's going to fumble the football after a big hit. Oh, the Commanders have it. That's a fumble. Chargers. Oh, dude, that would have put us in field goal range for sure. QJ. And it's just a great tackle by the Commanders. He gets his helmet in there. I mean, there's cause for helmet to helmet a little bit, but you know what it is what it is. And it's just going to punch that ball right out of there. Nothing QJ could have done in that situation. Maybe try and turn his back a little more, but that is a tough one, man. I'm going to tell you right now that he had a pretty firm grip on the football. He had it cradled. He had it protected, but the player's helmet literally flew in and perfectly punctured that gap between his arm and his chest, and it went flying out. That is a great defensive play. Yeah, good play by the defense. How are we not going to blame QJ? We've blamed QJ for several plays in the past. This is not one of them where it's 100% on him. That is one where that's a good defensive play. Mekhi Becton getting his hand taped at the training. Okay, so they're looking at him now. Dude, I'm so lost on who is now backing up. I'm going to have to go take a look at this real quick. So with Jamari Sawyer now at right tackle and Deculus now at left tackle, who is our backup guard in that situation? Is Andre James really going to have to play guard? There's Becton, Johnson, Hipkins is out. Sawyer is at right tackle. Deculus is at left tackle. It's Foster Sorrell, right? Foster Sorrell would be the one to maybe step in. I know that we just signed him. Was he active this game? He's one that's been with the team a while. So maybe they have confidence in his ability to pick everything up quickly, but that is tough. Well, I guess we're about to find out after this drive from the Commanders. Here's the current drive. Yep. First play is a run. And it's going to go for nothing, dude. It looked like maybe a keeper by the quarterback, but it might go down as a sack. Was that Deion Henley that got in there? Dude, Daniels, good for the Chargers. They were so wide open to QB runs earlier this year. And today, versus one of the better mobile quarterbacks in the league, they've got nothing going for them. At least I didn't say Storm Norton. Keenan Allen, the fastest player to reach 1,000 receptions. That's insane. Here comes the pass over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for number 83. And the Chargers coverage just too good. It'll be 3rd and long for the Commanders. Excellent coverage. And Alohi Gilman will be the one to stop him. It'll be 3rd and 11. Daniels changed cleats. Watch out. 3rd and 11. Jayden Daniels. They might have called a timeout here. No. Delay a game. Really? False start. False start. Still, dude. That'll make it 3rd and 16 on the Commanders. Ooh. We're at the point where we got to start making some trades, man. Like, I don't know. And I have a great solution, which we may talk about at halftime, for the Chargers' depth to reload there. Here comes 3rd and 16 by the Commanders. Do not jump. No penalties here, Chargers, and you can get this ball back. Here's Daniels. Oh, dude, what a catch. It's Lane who picks up the first down. It's exactly 16 yards and a first for the Commanders. Oh, boy. That's all it takes is one big play. Nice route on the quick in or post. And that's going to be first down. Commanders. Now we're at the 36-yard line. Hip questionable to return. Hand questionable to return. That's insane. Here's the next play. It's a carry up the middle. It's Nichols who picks up a solid 6 yards. MD with the $5 haul. Unfortunately, QJ fumbled. I still believe in Puro Superchargers power. Used to be the Redskins before Washington football team, then Commanders. I don't know. Yeah, you never know. History of that team is crazy. I loved their throwback uniforms that they did recently. It was exactly the way it used to be back in the day, but just with the new logo on there. I think that was a really fresh look for them. I'm not a big fan of the new rebrand look of the Commanders, if we're being honest. 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Daniels who's going to try and take off with it. Daniels picks up the first and a little extra. It'll be a 7-yard run for the quarterback now at midfield. That should take us to the bottom of the... sorry, I was mislooking at something. It'll be 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And remember, the Chargers, who would like to get the ball back before then, are going to be kicking it back to the Commanders in the second half. So let's see if we can get a stop here. The Chargers have been pretty good so far to start this game. Let's see if the defense can keep pace here. $5 holla from MD. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Super Chargers. Next play. Quick play to Deebo Samuel. And it's going to pick up about 5. And it'll be 2nd and 5 from the Chargers' 45-yard line. Under 6 minutes to play now, 2nd and 4. Looks like a run formation for the Commanders. In motion's number 19. It'll be a play action. Ooh, Tooley almost got in there. Oh, just missed him. And here comes Deebo Samuel with another big play. Dang, dude. Not only does that suck for the Chargers, but I think that's going to hurt our fantasy today. Our underdog. No! First and 10, and now the Commanders are in the red zone. After a run from Krosky Merritt that put him inside the 15 or at the 15-yard line. Yeah, they're gaining some momentum. And again, this is something to expect with the Commanders. They've got a sneaky good offense, especially when they got their quarterback back on the field in Jayden Daniels. Second and 1, Commanders. It'll be another carry. Chargers, there's nobody on the edge. Krosky Merritt takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. It's 15 yards. Man, the Chargers, nobody out on the edge that play. Defense having a rough time on this one. And we're looking at a 7-10 score. There's a penalty flag. We'll see what that is in a second, but man, that is a bummer. Still a lot of football left to play. The Chargers, who have 4 minutes left in this half, really would love to see another touchdown, honestly, but any points at all would go a long way, considering that the Commanders are starting to gain some momentum on offense. They get the ball at half. We don't want them to gain any more momentum than they already had so far, right? So we got to figure out a way to slow them down. Yeah, and these injuries are getting pretty crazy, dude. Now with no Trey Pipkins, the Chargers have lost 3 tackles, which is absolutely insane. Hopefully he comes back soon, but holy cow, man. That is insane. We got to find a way to get that offensive line back up, dude. Whether it be trades or whatever, I would love to see some moves for players that have some hybrid ability to play inside and outside, just to give us something to like work with on the outside right now, and then when it's time, they can move inside to help reinforce those positions, because it's been rough. Matter of fact, I'll look up these couple of guys to show you, because I got a couple of players in mind that I think would be pretty good signings for the Chargers right now. I'll pull these guys up for a little bit later to show you guys what I have in mind to help out the offensive line. Because there's 2 guys out there that have impressed me that are still available to sign that would be good fits for the team in very many different ways. We'll show you guys that here in a minute. Here comes the return by the Chargers. KLS this time. Nice speed. Passes the 30-yard line. It'll start from around the 32 for the Bolts. Put those guys right there. All right. Here comes 1st and 10. Chargers, makeshift offensive line, going to do their best. Here comes the first carry by Omarion Hampton. Would have been a negative play, but breaks the first tackle, picks up about 4. Omarion Hampton, very special player. And we're going to need him this season as the offensive line is being held together by duct tape. 2nd and 7, Chargers. I think I see Gadsden out there. Here comes the swing to Omarion Hampton. Hampton, nice cut inside. Almost picks up the first down. And he's going crazy with the receiving yards today, man. I thought about it today. I was like, maybe I'll take, because you can actually make it harder. So you like instead of the 21.5 that Underdog had, I was like, I might move it up to like 30 or 40 yards, in which you would get a much bigger return. But he's already off to such a hot start in terms of receiving. 3rd and 1, Chargers need to get this first down. It's going to be Kamani Vidal in at running back, and it's a QB sneak. Chargers are going to get it. First down, Justin Herbert. As we see Trey Pipkins on the sideline trying to warm back up, it looks like. We need you, Trey. I know not very many Chargers fans would have loved hearing me say that, at some point, but we really need Trey Pipkins out there. Here comes 1st and 10 for the Chargers. 1st and 10 in motion. It'll be a carry by the Chargers. Pick up about 3. This time by Hassan Haskins. I think this will take us down to the 2-minute warning where the Chargers will have the football at midfield with 2 minutes left. Let's see if they try and get a playoff here, actually. I doubt that they do. There we go. 2-minute warning. Chargers have the ball around the 46-yard line. 2-minute offense. Would love to see some more points on the board before second half, where, again, it's going to be a hard-fought battle this week. We were hoping to see a little bit more smoothing of the offensive line situation. And, yeah, Omarion Hampton is helping a lot, but we may have lost another tackle. We're hoping to see him back in the second half. $10 holla from Wes.
Stronger. Have faith in our team. Do not settle for the past. These are the future Chargers. Push starting my DeLorean bolt up. Have faith.
Let's do this, baby. It's the Jim Harbaugh era. Yes, we are in a pickle with the offensive line. Yes, there are things this team could be doing better, but this is such an improved situation, team, and culture from what we've seen in years past. Have faith, baby. It's a new era. Let those scars heal and look to the future as the Bolts find a way to win. We got to find a way to overcome the offensive line. Let's do this. West Side with the inspiring words. Thank you so much, my man. $10 holla and the inspiration for the chat. We got this, baby. Taylor with the 5. Who gets the ball in the second half? It's the Commanders who get the ball second half. So we'd love to see the Chargers put up some points here before before that happens. Definitely would like to see a little bit more of a lead as the Commanders are picking up some steam. And we knew this. We knew this coming into this game. They've got a good team. You want to take the lead and afford yourself the opportunity to run the football more. Yeah, I know, dude. Me too. I had a late night last night, and I was so excited for the games this morning. I was like, okay. I got up early, and, man, I mean, there wasn't much. I'm going to say it. I didn't really love the games this morning. I thought they were more or less okay. I was like, man, I should have just slept in. You know what I mean? Yeah, waiting to come back from commercial break. Maybe I'll show you guys this now. I'll elaborate more on it afterwards. But these are the two guys that I have my eye on for the Chargers to go sign. Jack Driscoll is a hybrid guard. He can play both sides. I think he plays a little tackle as well. And he was a great backup for the Eagles last season. And then this guy, Nick Gates, who is also a pretty decent pass-blocking center/guard, would be a really good option. And guess what? Both of these guys played for Philadelphia last year, and both of them have chemistry with Mekhi Becton. I would love to see these guys signed in terms of depth for the Chargers tomorrow. Here comes 2nd and 7. Blitz is coming. Herbert's got to get rid of it. Oh, it's completed. Who was the receiver? You should have not completed that ball. Pretend like you're going to catch it and throw it down to the ground. Was that Omarion Hampton? Oh. They were trying to set up the screen. Now that I'm looking at it, he didn't see the defender right behind him. All the blocks to the left side whiffed. Oh, that was the nastiest screen I have ever seen. It's going to be like 3rd and forever now. 3rd and 14. Man, that blew up the play, dude. That blew it up. 3rd down. Hampton lining up in the slot. That is huge. It's Justin Herbert looking. He's going to toss it over the middle of the field. Finds Hampton, who's going to pick up the lost yardage. But there's no converting on that play. It'll be 4th down. And the Commanders will burn a timeout to keep some clock on the board for themselves. Oh, dude, that screen destroyed that drive. I was hoping to see some screens this game, but holy cow, I don't think I saw a single blocker meet their assignment. They were all over the place. Well, here comes the punt by J.K. Scott. Good punter. Let's see if he can put another one out there. From the 44-yard line, right? We'd like to see. Or the snap from the 40. Here's a flag, by the way. Ball start on the Chargers. It'll push him back. Again, the momentum shifting a bit over to the Commanders. This is why I would have loved to grab some points before half. See if we can find some success on defense before the second half. Here comes the J.K. Scott punt. It is up. And it's all the way down inside the 10. That'll be stopped at the 7-yard line. Great play by special teams. And that'll be a long field for Jaden Daniels and the Commanders when we come back. Yeah, dude, that is what you were looking for if you were a J.K. Scott fan. Good punt. Sets up the Chargers nicely on defense. See if they can make a play. That would be cool. We don't really have the timeouts to maybe try and get the football back, I wouldn't think. If you're the Commanders and you got 1:35 left and you're inside your own 10, maybe you're thinking, well, we tried. Let's run it a few times, get the football back anyway. Because if you pass it once or twice, that opens up a window for the Chargers to get the football back in what would be pretty good field position if they were to punt in and around their own end zone. Takeaway would be awesome. Just a stop would be awesome. Ill-advised throws by the Commanders. That would be awesome. I'll take that. Maybe we can get some incompletions out here. There's always next year. We're 3-1. Leading before half. Let's all sit down and take a breath. It'll be okay. This is not the fourth quarter of the Giants-Chargers game. This is the second quarter of the Chargers-Commanders game in which we still have the lead. Got to find the momentum. Again, that's one of the biggest things that I push every game. Momentum is a huge aspect to all sports. But it's something that can swing as easily as, one dead drive, penalties, turnovers. That can happen at any time. It's good, especially if you already have the lead. Realist Chargers fans. I mean, it is the case. You're not wrong there. But there has to be a case to be made for the talent outside of that, right? And the time and opportunity for the Chargers to survive while they wait for some of their guys to come back. Because, I mean, Joe Alt coming back would be huge. And right now it sounds like there would be a really good opportunity for him to do that as he is not on IR yet. You know what I mean? Like, there's time. Find a way to survive these games. We've got a pretty soft schedule for the next few weeks. And we're going to get Mac back. We're going to get Alt back hopefully soon, and that'd make a big difference. Meanwhile, the Chargers defense, which, yeah, last drive, not too great. Still have some crazy coverage. The first play is going to be incomplete. It was Daniels, who, I mean, that's step one, dude. That's step one. Thule got in there, forced the pressure, forced the throw, and now it's incomplete. The clock stops. Let's see if they throw it again. Yes, they are throwing it again. It's Daniels. He's going to get sacked. I would take the timeout right now. I would take the timeout right now because maybe they try and throw it and it's incomplete and you keep all that time on the clock. I don't know, dude. Let's see what they decide to do. Maybe they're waiting to see if the next play is a run and they decide to take the timeout there. That also makes sense. That's probably what's happening here, because if it is a run at the 1 yard line, it keeps it from potentially being a safety for the Commanders. Here comes 3rd and 15. It's a throw. It's Daniels. It's incomplete. 50 seconds left, and the Chargers still have a timeout, and they're going to be punting from inside their own end zone. Nice play by the defense. Can I see some 45s in the chat, please, and thank you? Some great pressure by Thule in that drive, and now the Chargers have an opportunity to return this, hopefully even into Commanders territory. This is all the way back in their own end zone. Whoo! Let's go! Here's Tressway with the punt. Come on, return team. I would put McConkey back there. Here comes the punt. It looks like a good punt. Here's McConkey who picks it up. McConkey past the 50, the 40. McConkey still on his feet all the way to the end zone. One man to beat. Touchdown, Chargers. There is a flag. There is a flag. What's the flag? Roughing the kicker. Marlowe Wax. Oh, dude. That sucks for McConkey. What an effort by him. That one's rough, dude. Got to get off the field. Still a timeout for the Commanders. They got 30 seconds. It's Daniels looking, fires deep downfield. There's another flag on the field. It's going to be at the 35-yard line. A catch made by Luke McCaffrey. What's the flag? What's the penalty? Oh, they picked up the flag. Holy cow, dude. From thinking you have a touchdown to giving up a 50-yard pass and at least 3 points to tie it. I'm sick. I'm actually nauseous. Like, I actually feel sick. Daniels is going to try and throw it. It'll go outside incomplete, 2nd and 10. Man, what a momentum swing, dude. I felt like we finally got it back. That was the big play. Oh, man. Daniel steps back looking. He wants to take a shot, and he will. Over the middle. Finds Deebo Samuel. Down at the 11-yard line. They have 10 seconds to clock this. It should be okay. 5 seconds left. It's a risky move to take a shot into the end zone here. They could still do it, but they may run out of time before the play ends. So if I were them, I would take the 3 here, tie it up, go into the half. Yeah, here comes the kicking team. 29-yard attempt, and this could tie things up before half. It is up, and it is good. And we are tied up at half. Holy cow, dude. That is so disappointing. What are the odds? Man, I'm sick. I am sick to my stomach. Yeah, it should be 17 to at least 7, right? 17 to 7. At the game, Commanders don't need to beat us when we can beat ourselves. It kind of feels like the same story from last week, but I mean, again, it's tied at half. It doesn't feel as out of control as last week, but I'm going to start really, pounding the table for something on this offensive line of significance. We will not survive this season without some movement on that line right now. You know what I mean? And I'm not really asking for much. What I just showed you guys are 2 free agents that are out there ready to be signed right away. That would give us some flexibility on the interior and, yes, on the exterior, too. These guys have been able to play tackle at a pretty decent level. I don't know. $2 holler from Jeff. I hear you, dude. 26 terrible in coverage. That play, again, I feel like there's this like stigma of if a good play happens, it's 100% on the Chargers. It's their fault, which you want that as the mentality of the players so that you can hold yourself accountable and get better. But there's also the other half of it where the play was just a really good play by the opponent. I think we have to give credit to Luke McCaffrey for an unbelievable 50-yard catch with a defender literally on top of you. You know what I mean? Like, there's give and take on both sides here, at least in my opinion. Y'all can, hold whatever opinion you want, but that is where I stand. Yeah, he could have played it a little better, but holy crap, what a catch by McCaffrey. $5 hollow from Cole. Need a halftime chat with the coaches. Adjustments need to be made. Set a different game plan. Agree with the online comments. Yes. Yes, we are at that point. I'm actually going to go back and show that before we go into our break. Because, yeah, it's pretty important to me. And there are a lot of ways the Chargers could address this, but this is the way that I would do it, okay? There may be a chance of the Bolts getting Joe Alt back in the next, 3 to 4 weeks. If they haven't put him on IR now, I don't think it's going to be a prolonged injury. Okay, so till then, you got to find a way to survive. We don't know what's going on with Trey Pipkins. If he's out, we're in very big trouble. But at very minimum, because of all these injuries, our depth has been absolutely decimated. I want to bring in guys that not only help you in terms of depth, but could legitimately compete for these starting roles. Because I tell you right now, if I go here to PFF and I type in Bradley Bozeman, you guys are not going to like what you see. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys real quick what the Chargers offensive line grades look like so far. Let's go to lineup. Let's go to the offensive line. Look at this. Look at this. Deculus, under 50. Bozeman, under 50. Becton, you know what I mean? Pipkins, Johnson. That entire line is just so bad. And so these are the two guys that I've had in mind for these last couple of weeks to bring in and hopefully fill out at least some of the depth here. Nick Gates, who has played most recently for the Eagles, had himself a pretty solid season last year. Now, again, 96 offensive snaps played. It's not like he was their starter or anything, but he looked pretty good in those situations. Not the best run blocker, but holy cow, do we need help in pass blocking? He's fine, right? 29 years old, so he's not too long in the tooth. And in the past, he's not looked too terrible either. Good run blocking grade last season, or the season before that in 23. Again, operating as, he might have been a starter. Yeah, okay, in this season, he was a starter. 641 snaps. Still looked fine. That's already so much better than Bradley Bozeman. So much better than Bradley Bozeman. And keep in mind, he's a hybrid. So he can play center and guard. Matter of fact, it'll show you here. So he played primarily center here in 2023. Did he play any guard in 24? He played a little bit of guard in 24 at both sides. I thought he had a season where he played a good amount of guard. Anyway, he's got experience at guard. Here it is. 213 snaps at left guard in 2022. And he was pretty good. 61 to 70. Not a bad option. Nick Gates, please sign him today as your hybrid center/guard depth. Okay? This other guy, Jack Driscoll, I like him a lot. I'm actually kind of shocked that nobody's made a move on him yet. He's young, only 28 years old. He's a big guy, 6'5", 312 pounds. And he graded out awesome last year. Again, he's a backup. So, still over 100 snaps. He did pretty well. He got about, 70% of that at guard, 30% of that at tackle. That's great. And he's been a guy that's been with the Eagles for a long time. Look at this. This is not a good season for him. Still, I think this wasn't his best year. I think this was the one bad year. But he grades out fine. You know what I mean? In terms of a backup, there it is. I think 21 was his rookie season, or was it 2020? He's had way more good years than bad years. And you're just talking about a guy to go in there and be that backup now to Jamari Sawyer, who's probably going to be starting next week at tackle somewhere. Know what I mean? And the biggest advantage you have to all these guys is their chemistry and familiarity with the Chargers' now existing guard in Mekhi Becton. You got the chemistry there. They're all definitely a fit. They all have flexibility. I would do this right away, dude. I would absolutely do this right away. And this is the bare minimum I'm asking. These are free agents. These are guys that are out on the street right now that you could sign pretty much for free if you wanted to. Right? Obviously not for free, but vet minimums and this and that. At very minimum, I need to see something of significance in terms of depth signings tomorrow. Now, if it were up to me and I was in the GM seat and I said, hey, we got to make some moves, I would be on the phones with every single team that have one or fewer wins this season looking for tackles. Tackles that specifically can play guard. I have to do more research on that myself. But we got to make some moves there, dude. We've got to make some moves there. I as much as we're seeing that people are mad at QJ for the fumble, which is true, But again, go watch the play. It's not 100% on him. If you want to say it's 50-50, sure, I'm still not convinced of that, but it was a good defensive play. But I have this opinion that the moment the offensive line lost Joe Alt last week, that is when things started falling apart. And that's why I think offensive line needs to be a huge priority for this team like yesterday. All right? All right. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors, ExpressVPN. And we're going to talk a little bit about what happened in the first half. Again, Chargers still, we're tied 10-10. They get the ball. Defense has been more reliable than they've been unreliable. This game is far from over. But even with the win, we got a lot of work to do to help this team out because it's going to be a long season if Justin Herbert has to literally run for his life every single snap. We'll be right back after a word from ExpressVPN, the best way to catch your football every single Sunday. Stress and drama-free. BRB. Watching football is awesome, but finding where to watch the freaking game, not so awesome. Because for whatever reason, it's ridiculously complicated. You need like 1 million subscriptions. Amazon Prime, ESPN, Peacock, Netflix, etc. That's like $100 a month, and you're only getting some of the games. And blackouts. Those suck. But there's always Sunday Ticket, right? Sure, you can get this one for $480. But once again, I hope you like blackouts. Or this one for just $378, where you get most of the games. But you also need YouTube TV, which is like another $80 a month, which adds up to a total over of like $800. Guys, come on. Football should never be this expensive or complicated. And it doesn't have to be, because I found something many years ago. Maybe one of the best kept secrets they don't want you to know about. NFL Game Pass. This will almost seem too good to be true, because NFL Game Pass is basically a self-contained streaming service of just live NFL games and content. This is the Netflix of football. Yes, live games, every single one. No blackouts, all in one place, and the best part, affordable. It's like $20 a month. So what? Why are we not all over this? Why doesn't everybody have this in the NFL season? That's because for some reason, they only make it available to international audiences, folks across the pond. The best NFL streaming app in the world actually exists, but we're locked out. Except the thing is, I found the key, and it's so easy. And now I'm sharing it with you guys. It's a VPN. You know that thing that allows you to bounce your signal to like another place in the world? Yeah, that works with NFL Game Pass. Now you get access to this awesome thing, and you can enjoy football like a normal human being without having to sell a kidney. It really is so easy. Let me show you. First off, you'll need a VPN. I've tried many. ExpressVPN is the best, and they know it. And they know I know it. And they know how much I love it. So they sent me a discount to forward to you good people. Use my link in the description when signing up. It'll get that price down to as low as like $5 a month. Worth every penny. Next, you'll need to turn on the VPN, set up your location. I would highly recommend this one. Das is good. And we're ready to rock and roll. Now, Game Pass is currently hosted on DAZN.com, of which the NFL has partnered with. So you want to go there, or you can follow the link in the description that'll take you directly to the Game Pass page. And when you're there, and this is new by the way, check this out. You can actually watch the preseason for free right now. Guys, this is actually huge. I would highly recommend trying this out, at least to this point, so you can make sure everything's working properly before paying for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Because look, right now, I'm watching for free. Not a penny spent. And I'm sure if I was doing this for the first time, I'd be losing my mind. Like I'm sure you guys are gonna. Now that you tried it out, you're ready, you're satisfied with the epicness of the Game Pass app, and wishing you could go back in time so you could have been using this method for the last 5 years, you're ready to go ahead and grab whichever subscription you want for the season. Yes, this will give you access to live broadcasts from American commentators, all in English, in real time, no blackouts to the NFL season. And again, it's on the cheap, like $20 a month. Look, it converts to like what, $22, $23? But that's it. You're done. Welcome to easy, affordable football. Now, a couple of notes before I let you excited football fans back into the world. One, when you're doing this, just make sure your VPN is on before going to DAZN.com. Otherwise, they won't let you in. Next, if you're having issues accessing the site, maybe try using Chrome and clearing your cache. Works wonders for me. Lastly, if you want to enjoy the game on your TV, it's actually super simple. You can either go the college kid HDMI cable out the laptop route, Or you could find the ExpressVPN app on your phone, cast it to your TV. I know it's on Fire Stick, smart TVs, Xbox, whatever, and load up that way. Just make sure that the DAZN app is also available on that device. I think it's available on most. I personally use a Fire Stick myself, but it's made super easy. One day I hope Game Pass will be available to everyone, not just international folks, because really, this is how watching football is supposed to be. No jumping between apps, no expensive bundles, just one app, one place, easy, affordable football. So with that, I release you. Good luck on your football watching journeys this year. I hope this video makes the best sport in the world easier to enjoy and access for everyone. Be sure to use my link in the description for the best deal on ExpressVPN and watch football the way it's supposed to be. It's football season, baby. Yep, sorry guys. Had to go refill the water bottle. We're back. How long was I out? How long was I out? How long was that black screen up there and people thinking, where's director? Did he die? Did he die? I had to go get some protein. We're here now. Here we are. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Sorry. I need one of these today. So far, this game defined by a couple of moments. Chargers really had the momentum in the first quarter. Second quarter got away from us. Roughing the kicker, huge bummer. 50-yard catch, huge bummer. QJ fumble, huge bummer. But the Chargers were still incredible in the first quarter. So hopefully they get back to that. And we're getting ready to kick off, by the way. I forgot we took a little bit of time there to explain the offensive line plan by the director. Let's get going here in the second half, man. Let's figure it out, dudes. 10-10. Game is far from over. Defense has an opportunity to make a play here. Chargers defense has still remained pretty good despite the offensive line problems, right? They've been able to help keep our heads above water. Let's get a Chargers turnover here, dude. Let's make a play. I need you guys in the chat to throw some numbers down to your favorite defensive players. I'm looking at Derwin James. I'm looking at Thule, who's been amazing lately. Looking at zeros for Deion Henley. Here we go. First carry. It goes for nothing. Was that Caldwell in there? I think that was Tart. Tierra Tart, the one with the stop. It'll be second down. Tight formation for the Commanders. Here comes Jaden Daniels. Pressure. He's going to step up, takes off with it. Daniels dives, picks up about 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. Still an opportunity for the Chargers to get off the field defensively, but that's a big play by the Commanders quarterback. Come on, baby. Lightning bolts in the chat, dudes. Lightning bolts in the chat. We need this defense energized, man. Let's get off the field. Whether it be here or bend but not break, anything. We got to get the Chargers offense back out there. Hopefully to show us some adjustments that they have made. Here comes the carry by the quarterback. It's pitched backwards. Nice play by the Commanders. It'll pick up just a couple yards, but enough for the first down. Commanders. But that speed option's so tough to stop. I run it in Madden all the time. There is a flag, however. Hopefully this is on the Commanders. That'd be crazy. Oh, it's 12 men on us anyway. So it would have been first down no matter what. But this will push them 5 yards further. Washington now at the 45-yard line. Wow. One step off the field. They got us. First and 10. Come on, defense. Where's Tooley? Give me some Tooley. He's not in on this play. Here comes the pass underneath to Krosky Merritt, which picks up like 40 yards. Let's see what the flag is. Holding by us. So Krosky Merritt's going to take it for nearly 30 yards. Washington now has it at the 27-yard line of the Chargers. Come on, dudes. Well, it's still an opportunity to get off the field. Bend, but don't break. Don't give him a touchdown lead, please. Make a play. Turnover would be great. Come on, baby. Come on. It's Daniels over the middle. Finds his receiver who dives for the first down. Commanders will put them down around the 17-yard line into the red zone of the Chargers. Come on, defense. At this point in the field, man, a field goal is a win. Come on, dudes. Come on, Chargers. Come on. Come on, man. I don't want to put the offense out there behind a full score. That's my biggest concern right now. Man, it's taking forever to get this play set up by the officials. Second and 1. Commanders, finally. Here we go. Play clock winding. It'll be a carry up the middle. No, it's a quarterback keep. And it'll be just enough for the first down. Commanders pick up 2. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. From the 18-yard line. We need a play from a defensive playmaker, man. I'm looking at you, Dayon. I'm looking at you, Derwin. Come on, guys. Come on. Chargers substituting again. Y'all got to hustle. They'll get you. These refs ain't playing. 1st and 10. It's Daniels. They're setting up the screen. They got some blocks. And Krosky Merritt picks up the first down. Commanders now at the 5-yard line. Chargers up against the wall. Can the defense find anything in this drive? Can they find anything? First and goal. Krosky Merritt still in. Chargers playing close to the line. There is a timeout. Commanders. First and goal from the 5. They've taken 4 minutes off the clock in this drive. Chargers Got to stop them for 3 downs, dude. At least. I'll let you guys have your little venting in the chat. All I'm going to say, man, is that it is really early for that kind of talk. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell anybody how to fan. That's not the way I'm going to do it. We have got 2 quarters just about of football. We are tied. Yes, they may score a touchdown here. But that's a lot of football. And I think the momentum right now still swinging in the direction of the Commanders has an opportunity to go right back towards the Chargers at any moment. Come on, baby. The believers in the chat, hit us up with a lightning bolt, man. Let's see if the Bolts can get off the field here, please. They may score. It's been, again, a huge momentum swing for them here so far this drive. A lot of football left to play. First and goal from the 5. It's a carry by Krosky Merritt. Once again, the edge is not set. Looked like a mirror image of the same play they used to score a touchdown in the last half. That is a touchdown. Is it Krosky Merritt again? Yes, it is. 2 touchdowns for Krosky Merritt. It's a 17-10 lead for the Commanders as the Chargers defense now have their turn of not living up to expectations. Chargers offense hopefully have figured something else out when they come back out on the field, because we're going to need some help on defense. Defense is falling behind a little bit here. Offense, if they found anything in the half, will need to help bring some relief to the defense. Keep them off the field as long as possible. Minter with issues last 2 games. It's true, but this game I will say there's been some ugliness. Last game there was some, but again, realistically, and people use that as a term to justify negative comments, right? Realistically, there's 2 sides to that as well. 2 of those drives last week by the Giants started inside the 5-yard line. You know what I mean? That was a tough situation for the Chargers defense all around last week due to the offense really putting them in a bad place, right? The bad position to start things off. It was going to be tough no matter what. This week, they got to set the edge, man. That is on them. I'll say that. That is on them. Nobody's setting the edge on the left side. They're hitting them with a simple counter. Looks like they're running right. Oopsie daisy, we're running left, and nobody set the edge. So it's an easy touchdown twice for Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, who I didn't think was going to have the biggest game this week, but here he comes. You know what I mean? 17-10. Game is not away from you, but this is not the way that we were hoping it would start. Not even close. Dooley is getting some treatment from the training staff on the sideline. Looks like they are taping up his left hand. We'll keep an eye out for that. Deshaun Hand has been ruled out. Man, our depth is being put to the test so early this season. The one year we don't get a week 2 bye. You know what I mean. Obscure at the $5 holla. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. But still, 17-10, man. Everybody hold on to your butts. Keep yourself composed. What my wife likes to say all the time, maintain your Spartan reserve. The strongest of men in this world remain calm under pressure, and that includes us, the Bolt fans. It's not away from us yet. We still have a lot of football left to play. Have some fun with it. Have some fun with it. Here comes the Chargers offense, hopefully with some answers in this drive. First off, the return. I think it's KLS again. Can't quite see. He's going to go past the 20 and down to just inside the 30-yard line. Here comes Justin Herbert and the Bolts offense. So the Chargers will start at the 28-yard line. Let's see what this offensive line looks like after a little bit of time to think about it. Have they found any answers? Here comes the blitz up the middle. Watch out. It's a sack. Let's take a look at that replay by Bradley Bozeman. 2nd and 19 coming up for the Chargers. Bozeman has his guy. There's just too much time, man. Or not enough time for Justin Herbert. I mean, he probably should have swung that one out. But that is just so insane, dude. 2nd and 19. Here we go. Justin Herbert. Looking, fires. Middle of the field. It's caught. It's Quentin Johnston with the first down. That is huge. We needed that so bad. Never mind. Flag. It's a 2nd and 28. Chaotic with a 5. Fire anybody and everybody who has anything to do with the O-line? Yes. I don't know. I was so excited to see Hardwick out there, but what are you going to do? You've lost like 4 players on the 5 of that offensive line you were starting out with. Pipkins is back out there. I was going to say fortunately, but he'll be the one called on the hold. 2nd and 28, Chargers. You got to pick up a chunk here. Another flag, so I don't even know whatever happens here if it's going to count. It's Keenan Allen, and Keenan picks up the first down this time. What is the penalty? Illegal formation. It's Pipkins again. Wow. 2 converted 16 and 20-yard first downs, and they both get called back. At this point, they're throwing in the white flag saying, okay, this drive's a bust. We're going to run it. Marin Hampton picks up 4. Third and 29. Keenan Allen does his best, but there's no way you're converting on 3rd and 33. Wow. Fair catch inside the 45. Here come the Commanders. Chargers are already up to 8 penalties for 53 yards. 8 penalties. Can we beat last week's 14 for 109? We're on our way. Wow. That is insane. That is insane. Tim Feed, we have no protection for Justin. Yeah, the offensive line is in shambles. Crowd is booing, says Fabian. Yeah. Yeah. Halloween Ginger. Thank you. And Austin, thank you for the $2 hog. Thank you, guys. Colby. Jermaine. I guess all we're going to do is just kind of wait and hope and see they turn it on. Because right now it's just... It is miss after miss after miss. I think what's becoming especially discouraging is you think that we figured it out and then a penalty destroys it. And that's exactly what happened last week. We thought that we picked up, you know, another opportunity on offense before the second half, and then the penalty wipes it away. And then it turns into 3 points for the Commanders. We think we convert on 3rd and 16, but there's a penalty. We think we convert on 3rd and 25, but there's a penalty. I feel like a cliff just getting batted by the waves over and over. And I erode a little bit more each time since last week. And some people will say, oh, it's because of QJ. I'm telling you right now, this all started when Joe Alt walked off the field last week. That is when this started. We've got to figure this out. Come on, defense. Come on. 1st and 10. Another carry for Merritt. He's going to break the first tackle, hits the edge. He's off for another huge play. Krosky Merritt's going to run for maybe 25, 30 yards. Just like that, they are in scoring range of the Chargers. The Fit Freestyle kid with the 5. What kills me is that Herbert and Hampton are having great games, but these penalties are killing us. It's not the O-line. It's their flags. It's everything. Yeah, the O-line is really killing this team right now. Chaotic with the 5. I have zero faith that in Harbaugh and Ortiz to fix this line this year. They knew it was the problem and did nothing about it. What a shame. I'm hoping that that's not going to stay the case all year, as the next play is going to be an incompletion. 2nd and 10 coming up. I'm at the point where I'm going to fly to the stadium and get out there with picket signs saying sign O-line, protect Herbert. Just demanding action from the team. We are so good on so many fronts. This is really holding us back right now. Mekhi Becton questionable to return now, says Miguel. Wow. Here comes the deep shot to the end zone. Incomplete. Nice coverage by Tarheeb Still. 3rd and 10 coming up. An opportunity for the defense. Mike Yu, the 2, says Harbaugh and Ortiz let Herbert down. At least another week they did. We have got to do something. We have got to do something. The penalties are just obliterating any opportunity we've had to come back since last week. Underneath pass. It's going to be a first down. McNichols picks it up this time. Yeah, the Commanders now putting themselves in position to go up 2 scores. Michael Boyd, this is Brandon Staley team. This week, I'm going to say the last 4 or 5 quarters have definitely been Here comes the quick underneath pass to Debo. Picks up about 5. Second and medium coming up. Second and 5. Come on, D. Here's Jaden Daniels looking. Pressure. Tooley's on him. Throws on the run. Back of the end zone. Incomplete. Very close for more. We almost caught a touchdown there. It'll be 3rd and 5. Third and 5. Play clock down to 0. Should be a delay a game. Yes, it is. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up. Why haven't we made any changes to O-line? I mean, honestly, I was so pumped when we saw Jamari Sawyer playing left tackle in practice this week. We haven't seen it, but of course, now Mekhi Becton's out again, so I don't know if we're going to see that anytime soon. I mean, holding him here to 3 is pretty big. Let's see if the Chargers can figure it out. It looked like they got another delay a game, but they're not going to call it. And it's going to be incomplete, luckily. They were looking for Luke McCaffrey. It'll be 4th and 10. Chargers do get a stop. Commanders are likely to take a 20-10 lead. And the Bolts, which we're talking about this momentum swing having to come back down at some point to the Chargers, it continues to go up for the Commanders. Maybe this is finally the start of the opportunity for it to come back down. And it is a 20-10 lead for the Commanders after that 3-point. Let's see what happens on offense here, man. There is a flag. Wait a second. What does this do? More than likely, they just keep the points. Yeah, they're going to decline. Love the optimism, but let's be real, this is not our season. It's not over, and that's what really bothers me so much about what's going on with the roster right now. Is that 3-0 was such a huge lead over not just the division but the league. And the O-line being in the position that it is doesn't have to stay that way. We can do
table for
something.
big off-season additions to the trenches on both sides. Hopefully this will be a teaching moment going forward. Sadly, even with backup tackle play, the interior O-line is still giving up more pressures.
Oh, yeah, we're in a bad way, dude. We're in a bad way. And I think both of those comments is what I'm kind of addressing with this, is that it's not too late to try anything at this point. You know what I mean? There are still teams out there making trades. There are still teams out there signing free agents. We know the current composition of the offensive line is straight up doggy doo-doo in the brown paper bag, lit on fire at the doorsteps of the Bolt. And it really is something that, how much worse could it get if we went and made some signings? My answer is it can't get any worse. So why sit here with our hands, in our pockets, sitting on our hands, do nothing, when really, in all reality, whatever you do is going to be better. So let's do something. Let's do anything. Please. We've got free agents. And by the way, dude, shout out to the real Elliot. $20 holla on a stream in a game like this. Thank you. That's real MVP right there. Thank you for the support. Wonka Bra with the 5. Game ain't over till the clock hits 0. As much as it sucks right now, never lose faith. It's still a lot of football left to play. But win or lose, we have got a big problem on that offensive line. Big problem. The only thing that's helping me hold on to hope of the O-line somewhat figuring it out is the fact that Alt should be back. Hopefully soon. He's not on IR, so that kind of points to us being somewhat optimistic that he returns at some point soon. But till then, it is our obligation to push for more O-line movement right now. Protect the season. Protect it. Real Elliot says, but bolt the crap up. We got Justin freaking Herbert. As long as we got Herbert, it ain't over. Thank you again, Real Elliot. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Here comes KLS on the return. He'll get past the 20. Not the best returns for KLS this game. We'll see if he grows into the position. Of course, they don't have Darius Davis out there right now. We need to pray that this upcoming draft is just chock full of O-linemen, especially if we can hit somebody that can play tackle guard, you know what I mean, early, and then hopefully find some value at interior later on. I wouldn't be opposed to taking center in the first round. I'm being honest with you right now. That's where I'm at. Here comes the next play. It's a Chargers carry for Amarian Hampton, who, very good effort, picks up about 4 yards. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the replay of the QJ fumble again, and it's just so hard not to think that anybody drops that ball outside of Derrick Henry, maybe. You know what I mean? Somebody that's a huge running back. Adrian Peterson maybe holds on to that one. That is tough. Don Clark with the 10. We'll grab that here in just a moment. 2nd and 6. Herbert has to get rid of it soon. It's Quentin Johnston who picks up about 5. And it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Should be about 3rd and 3. Don Clark with the $10 holla. Losers figure out a way to lose. Winners figure out a way to win. Our D is completely figuring out a way to lose. The O needs the D to step up. It's bad prep work and bad coaching. I think all in all, I'm more disappointed in the lack of discipline overall that has been causing these penalties. Let's see if the Chargers can keep this drive going on 3rd and 3. Here comes the underneath pass. It's Ladd McConkey who picks up the first down. And we needed that first down desperately, man. Chargers now moving the ball closer to midfield, now around the 35 or 40-yard line, as they pick up their first. I thought Harbaugh's goal was to protect Herbert. Yeah, I know. I'm as a fan, I'm going to begin to demand that we figure this out. Here comes 1st and 10. It's Justin Herbert. It's a keeper by the quarterback. He's on his way to another 20-yard run, and there he goes. Big run by Justin Herbert. 20 yards and a first down in Washington territory. It was gone 10 minutes. Yeah, it's been tough. But Herbert's pushed us into Commanders territory. Here we go. Here comes another quick pass. This time it's Keenan Allen. Can't bring it in. It'll be 2nd and long. 2nd and 10. Need to get a little chunky yards here. How are they going to accomplish that? Herbert looking. Pressure. Has to throw it away. Incomplete. 4th sack of the day for Washington. We're going to get Herbert killed. 3rd and 14 for Herbert after that sack. Herbert is doing everything he can to hang in there, man. If I'm the Commanders, I'm sending some heat here. Here comes 4 by the Commanders. Pocket collapses immediately. Herbert able to get it in to Ladd McConkey, who almost converts the first down. I'm thinking go for it. I'm thinking we go for it here. It's going to be a 4th and 2. I'm thinking we go for it here. Chargers, try not to use that timeout. Chargers are lining up. 5 seconds left. Is it a carry? It's a play action. Herbert, he's going to toss it over the middle. It is dropped, straight up dropped by Tyler Conklin. Conklin was in position for the first down. I'm benching Conklin right now, dude. This is not the first time that this has happened. I am benching Conklin right now and putting in Gadsden, which I feel like should have been the case to start this game. Conklin had that first down right in front of him. Ho! That's probably the most disappointing signing of the season for me. I was pretty high on Conklin being the sure-handed security blanket for Justin Herbert, and almost every single opportunity that he's had to make a difference, he has dropped the ball. Literally and figuratively. Fabian with the $5 holiday just turned off the game. I understand, man. We will be here. Taking our lickings. Hopefully with an opportunity to learn what we as a fan base can push for in order to get this team upright again. Because there is a whole lot happening that I feel is so obvious on the surface needs attention, and it's just not working. Tara with the 2. Team coaches have failed Herbert these last 2 games. They really have. What's so heartbreaking too, Tara, is just watching Herbert scrape together whatever he can on the offense, whether it be taking the ball on his own as a runner or standing in the pocket knowing he's about to take a huge hit, and drive after drive, it gets wiped away by penalties or poor execution, and you can see it on his face. That's devastating. MD with the 2, thank you. Freestyle Kid with the 5. What makes it so painful is the guys are open. Herbert's doing everything he can. Can we please stop with the mental errors? It's horrible. It's nauseating. Ron Clampett with the 5. Director, do you remember a game where we beat ourselves as much as we have today? The Texans. Jaron for the 5, thank you so much. Sarge with the 2, I feel for Herbert. The team continues to let him down. Yeah. Commanders' first play will be a carry to Krosky Merritt, which goes for nothing. Loses a couple yards. Dayon Henley with the stop there. It'll be 2nd and 11. 5 coming in from Wonka, brah. Not giving up fully, but for my mental health, I'm going to clean my bathroom and wait for the final score. Hopefully we can find anything to get a win. I'm with you. I'm with you. There's still 2,000 people in the chat. So thank you to everybody who's here supporting the team and hoping for the best despite what has been a just awful performance by many facets of the team. Jaden Daniels looking, has time, fires, sideline. He's going to hit his target. Deebo Samuel picks up about 20. And they're in Chargers territory. Don Clark with the 10. How can you field the team knowing you can't protect quarterback? Football 101, protect the QB. Very disappointing about that the brass has their heads up their butt. Yeah, it is such a minimum requirement for me as a fan for the team to do everything in their power to keep Justin Herbert upright. And the fact that we have done nothing over and over and over and over again, starting from the offseason, outside of Becton, of course, just really breaks my heart as a Justin Herbert fan right now, man. Meanwhile, Kroski's going to hit another 8-yard run, and that's going to kill the third quarter for this game. Yeah. There are things that they can do. There are things that they can do to help the situation, and they're just not doing them. $20 holla coming in from the real Elliot
Question,
again, dude. What's up, dude?
Happen, but do you bench Herbert until Alt comes back? I don't want to see him go down like Burrow, but I know we need him out there to win, but it hurts to watch the beating he is taking.
You know, normally, Elliot, I think that 95% of the time, I'm keeping him out there. In a game that we're down 2 possessions, still a full quarter, I'm keeping him out there, and I understand what you're saying. I don't normally ever even consider the possibility of something like that when you're trying to remain competitive, but what you just said really resonated in me. I don't want to see him go down like Burrow. What a different timeline Burrow must wish he lived in, where he doesn't see that injury or two, right? And watching the beating he is taking is so disappointing. I'm going to say this. If it gets away from the Chargers early, let's say the Commanders score another touchdown here, yeah, I probably consider it. I probably put in Lance and hope for the best and help Herbert live another day, to fight another day. But, I really don't want to see Herbert beat up anymore. That's my dude, man. I feel like he's just being thrown out there as a punching bag right now. It's really bumming me out. It really, really is bumming me out. Tara with the $2 holla on crucial 4th down. Just call a timeout next time. Yeah, that was also a big part of it. I mean, technically, Herbert found an open guy, but still, yes. Chargers just caused a fumble! Please tell me this is the momentum swing. Please tell me that the swing has begun. That's all we need. We can be that fourth quarter team. Come on, baby. Let's see that momentum swing the other way. Come on, dudes. Please. We needed that so badly. And Austin with the 5. Offensive line has been the problem since '09. Team wasted Phil's entire career wasting herbs as well, refused to fix it. I am very close to going out there and protesting for more offensive line help. I'm dead serious. Anonymous with the $5. Let's get defensive touchdown and we're back. Bolt up, baby. Please. Hey, that was a good start. A sack for a turnover. Don Clark with 10. What kills me almost as bad is the D falling apart like a $2 suit. The D looks horrible. What's going on with the D? I don't know, but they're off to a good start here with that fumble. The first play is going to be a run by Hassan Haskins for just a yard. Chargers do have the ball at the 45-yard line. Thank you so much there, Clark, for the tenner. I appreciate that, man. We got the fumble. Let's see if the Chargers can capitalize. Come on, dudes. We have been a fourth quarter team for a majority of this season. Can they do it again? I just need Herbert to get rid of that ball so fast. Herbert has to get rid of it over the middle. Finds Haskins for a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd and medium coming up. I don't know where Hampton is. I'm guessing they weren't plays designed for Hampton. Otherwise, he would have been out there. Real Elliott comes out and says, let's go. Now let's please give Herbert 3 seconds. That's all he needs. Please. This is the down I'm sure they bring in Hampton. No, they don't. I don't know where Hampton is. 3rd and 6. We need something here. Commanders are sending everybody, as they should. As they should. Herbert has to get rid of it. He's going to find his man, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen 3rd, and Keenan gets it done again. Needed it. That's an 11-yard reception for Keenan Allen. We're close to field goal range here. Where is Omarion Hampton? Here's the next carry for Haskins, who's going to pick up no yards. Javon Kinlaw got in there so fast. Tim Thied with the 2. I'm calling the Browns and bringing back Sanders, please. You know what some people have said that I actually agree with? Why don't we try out Donovan Edwards? He's out there. Amanda Henderson with the 5. Herbert is carrying the team. Hopefully we can get right players to help him bolt up. Please and thank you. 2nd and 10. Herbert, you got to get rid of it, dude. Throws downfield. Don't tell me that was a catch. Are they really going to say he was out of bounds? Keenan Allen almost made a spectacular reception. Had the 1 foot down. Oh, the other toe just went out of bounds. Keenan Allen almost with the catch of the year right there. So close for Keenan Allen. You need a chunk play here. Where is Omarion Hampton? Gadsden is in. He's lined up in the slot. It might be him. It might be Gadsden. Nope, it's Quentin Johnston. And I think he might be a little bit short of this first down. Let's see where they put the... Did they give him the first? They may have given him the first. Let's go, Q. It was a first down. Yeah, the initial twist puts him past the marker, and the Chargers do pick up the first down. Hopefully we get Hampton out there now. It's still Haskins. Here's the carry by Haskins. It's a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. A touchdown really helps keep this momentum swing in your direction. Do not waste this opportunity. Where is Hampton? Kamani Vidal in at running back now. 2nd and 7. Herbert has to get rid of it. He's going to hit Vidal, who only picks up a yard. It's going to be 3rd and medium. And you got to think that we are in 4th down territory. Daniel Popper says, I don't see Omarion Hampton on the Charger sideline. He's not been on in this drive. Dude, I hope he just had to take a crap. I hope he just had to take a crap or something. Yeah, that was my first instinct too. Come on, man. 3rd and 6. Herbert looking, pockets done already, and it's 3rd down and Keenan. It is 3rd down and Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen pulls us to another 1st down, this time the Bolts, in the red zone of the Washington Commanders. I'm so grateful we have Keenan back with this team, dude. I am so grateful that he is here. 1st and 10. Kamani Vidal in at running back. It's a carry by Vidal, and Vidal, nice run, picks up 8. Chargers with a 2nd and 2. From the 12-yard line, are finding a little bit of momentum. MD with the 9. Superchargers got to take form. Hopefully can't be the same old Chargers year after year. The Chargers curse year after year. Super bolt up, baby. Come on, man. Let's do this. Come on. Vidal in at running back still. It's a carry by Vidal. Vidal found some space. Could he hit the end zone? So close. Down at the 1-yard line. Vidal, when we needed him most, elevated and finding some space. Chargers will have it 1st down at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal. What a play by Kamani Vidal, 1st and goal. Play action. Herbert looking, fires back of the end zone, looking for Keenan Allen. I saw some interference there. Chargers will not get the call. Keenan is pissed. We're not getting any calls today, y'all. Herbert got tackled after the play was over. Keenan got interfered with. No room for the Chargers to get penalties that help them. I form for the Chargers. It's a handoff to Vidal. They are all over him in the backfield. They're going to lose 3. Hampton just came out of the blue tent. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Justin Herbert looking, fires, middle of the field, intercepted. It got tipped. It got tipped. The trajectory of the ball when he let go of it, I was like, that's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Very last second, that hand gets up there. Ball, it shoots off to the right into the hands of a defender. Wow. Chargers needed something in that drive. Field goal would have been fine. Now with 7 minutes left in the fourth, down 2 possessions, your back is against the wall. This is tough, dude. Lamar and Hampton just went to the locker room with the trainer. Daniels in the end zone is going to hit his guy. Number 87 picks up close to a first down. That's so crazy, dude. Like 4 times this game, it feels like we have a way to win, and it at the very last second turns into disaster. Eric Black with a 2. All right, does Staley make it back in the building? Krosky Merritt's going to pick up another big run here, 10 yards. Omega with the 2. How can one of the tallest quarterbacks throw so many tips? Height has something to do with it. It helps, but, you know, trajectory of the ball and touch and all that kind of stuff, it comes into play so quickly that, you know, if he's going to fit it into Keenan Allen, he's got to throw it, he's got to zip it, he's got to put a certain moment or a certain velocity on the football, and that is not really something that he can help. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Don Clark with the 10. I bet they go 99 for 7. Krosky Merritt's going to pick up another huge gain, almost 10 yards for the first down. Commander's doing a good job of just milking this clock away. Ian Mitchell with the 5. Director, how do you feel about these batted balls? I feel like I'm seeing too much this year. What are your thoughts? Honestly, from my limited experience, it feels like that can be helped a little bit with a little more push from the offensive line, because if a lineman on the defensive side feels that they have the leverage that they can take a hand off of your chest and put it up in the air, you know, that is something that it's hard to control that, right? There's so little that you can do to stop that. You can put more touch on it, but if you do that, that gives more time for the DBs to close in on Keenan Allen and potentially pick it off anyway. It's tough. It really is hard. Offensive line blocking is going to help you mitigate that a little bit, but you know how that goes. Author with the 2. I feel you, dude. Vegan with the 5, just waiting for Acho. I mean, he jumped on the Herbo train a few weeks ago. We'll see if he's going to come back at us with something new. Here comes another play. This time I think it's Debo who picks up about 10, but there is a flag this time. I really hope that's not the case. I see your comment there, Jermaine. I really hope that that's not the case because these powder blues are so clean. I will be so heartbroken if a stigma is born from them because fans really kind of buried the last cool jersey. I'm going to be honest. I loved the outline Navy jerseys. I thought they were sick. And now all I can see when I look at them is the winless Chargers. So it's a holding penalty, and it's going to be 2nd and long for the Commanders. Lionel Turner without an offensive line. We are done. Yeah, it's going to be a tough week of content, man, because I have all these things that I think the Chargers need to do and things that we had been pushing for in the offseason that just straight up didn't happen, and now we are paying for it. I mean, you can never predict both of your tackles to go out so early and now banged up, but the fact of the matter is we didn't do enough, and here we are. Here comes Jaden Daniels, who's gonna run for a good amount of yards here. It's gonna be 3rd and short, but there is a flag. Hopefully it's holding. That's what I would guess. They're gonna hit us on the leg whip personal foul. It'll be a 1st down. Unfortunately, Bozeman and Pitt might be here next season because Harbaugh and Ortiz just love their guy. You know, I'm not as mad at Pipkins being our swing tackle. I guess that's fine. But Bozeman, I was already done with him last year. Can we please, in our next drive, just try Andre James? If it's worse than Bozeman, we will know right away. You know what I mean? But really, how much worse could it get at this point? Kyle with the 37, thinking Minter stays put because the defense has been mediocre straight 2 weeks. Our red zone offense continues to struggle from last year, yeah. 1 yard run for Rodriguez this time around. Penguin with the 5, Chargers need new ownership. That's been the case for a long time, but I don't know how realistic that is at this point. I think we're still in good hands with Harbaugh. Omarion Hampton. He looks fine walking on the sideline, but I think since they know where this game is headed, they're going to put him in the medical, or they're going to put him in the locker room with an ankle that they're monitoring. He looks okay. He's walking fine, but I think he's done for today. What's your realistic trade target for the Chargers? That's going to be something I have to do some research on. Because what you are looking at, by the way, Daniels is going to pick up another 10 yards or so on the ground. What you're looking at, realistically, because nobody that's contending is going to trade you anybody from their offensive line. What you're going to want to do is look for teams with 2 or fewer wins, maybe 1 or fewer if you want to really whittle it down. And you want to go look at their depth. If you got guys that you feel like could maybe start for you over this Deculus guy, maybe you do look for a trade, which is crazy because we traded for Deculus, and that was just not going to ever do it. You know what I mean? Maybe you can keep him in there as your backup. By the way, there's a penalty as we see a run by Daniels again. It's going to be on the Washington Commanders for 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. Just 3.5 minutes left to play in this game, by the way. But that's something I'm going to do a bunch of research on this week. I'm pretty demanding of some moves on the offensive line now. The rest of the season is on the line if we don't sign offensive line. Period. We have an opportunity to survive until Alt gets back. But even when he does come back, the interior is so bad that it is our obligation as fans to demand interior line additions now. Tara Romero with the 5. Watching the last few drives, the Commanders' D-line is getting through before we even hand off the ball. Defense is so undisciplined. Yeah, it is bad. It is so bad. Daniels is going to hit on the outside, looking for Deebo Samuel, and they're going to hit him with a PI. Kind of an unfortunate PI. The ball is underthrown, so Deebo slows down, and it kind of causes Tariq still to run into him. Let's see what the refs say. They are going to hold up as pass interference. Tough break. Krosky Merritt's going to pop off another big run, putting him in Chargers territory at the 23-yard line. Wow. Broncos half a game back now. Yeah, we are in very big trouble. Very big trouble. While I have you guys in here, maybe you can help me out with my Bleacher Report stream that I have to go do right after the game is over. Do you guys have any idea of players we could look at in terms of trade from struggling teams? Buck says, why can't we tackle, man? I don't know. It's just been a disaster on all fronts. One of the first things I like to look at are losing teams, and then take a look at players that are on their contract year. Some people, I've heard Evan Neal a lot, but he's the kind of guy that you're hoping to get right over an offseason, you know what I mean? At this point, I'll take anybody, for sure. Like, how could it get any worse? Thank you, Nunya, for the $2 holla. I disagree about the Herbert sucks part and the Harbaugh sucks part, but this team is not in a good spot right now. The next thing I look for is depth on teams that maybe they have a good swing tackle that they'd be willing to part ways with if their team isn't looking like they're going to be competing this year. Because by week 5, you can probably start getting guys to listen to trades for that position. Kevin Zeitler, is he signed with where was he? What, did he not retire or something? Let's see. Kevin Zeitler. He's with the Titans right now. That's right. He's with the Titans. Maybe the Titans do trade him. But did he not get hurt or something? I don't remember. This will be things that I'm looking up. Zeitler is ruled out for their most recent game. I feel so bad for the Chargers fans out there today, dude. I hope we find some life when I go in week 8. I really do. I really hope we find something going for us in week 8 when we play the Vikings. Vikings have a good defense. Deebo is going to pick up 10. Elijah Vera Tucker is not a bad one. DJ Fluker. Thank you, Elliot. Elijah Vera Tucker. Chargers do like these former first rounders. Help them out. So I'm inclined to start looking. The first place I'm going to look, maybe as an opportunity for the Chargers to improve their swing tackle situation, is going to be tackle. Because even if you sign a guy that's going to get benched later for Slater or Alt, you can still use him as a swing next season. Rodriguez picks up the first down. They're at the Chargers 11 now. Braxton Jones. I feel you, Paul. Hugo says, Director, looking at the draft, remember when Dallas drafted a center in the first? I guess that doesn't sound so bad of an idea now. No, absolutely not. I would be totally down for a center in the first. So some guys just kind of on the surface that I'm looking at. Jermaine Ifedi is one that I've watched for a while. Since the Bears, I think. He's a backup tackle for the Dolphins. He's one that I would consider. But again, I got to go look at grades and stuff for all these guys. I'm just kind of going off of name value, names that I'm somewhat familiar with. Traffic cone and SoFi Stadium Packer parking lot 4. Oh, Elliot. Titans have Brant Banks. Don't really know him. There's an interesting one. I like Joseph Noteboom. I thought he was an interior guy. But he's with the Ravens right now, and they don't look very good. That might be one that, again, there's some dialogue between those two, obviously. I would consider that one. Dylan Raduns. Again, isn't he an interior guy? He's listed as the right tackle. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe it's been too long. Saints players are ones to target as well. Jedrick Wills would be awesome, but he's sitting out the year to get healthy is what we're hearing. I mean, if he's ready to come back, he's like my top option in terms of free agents, but it sounds like he's going to find his second chance next year is what his team at least is hoping for. Don Clark, if I'm the head coach, I'm looking for my coaching staff or at my coaching staff and my player leadership and making changes right now. Yeah. This team looks like they have no idea what to do. The team is in trouble. They really are. We're at a crossroads now where we can take with this start that was so incredible that was looking like we may be a contender in the Super Bowl that has now been flipped on its head, and we can say, hey, we're going to, lay down and take it and hope for what better, result next year, or we could do something about it. I want to do something about it. I'm not done. I want to bring some guys in right away. Normally don't turn it off, but Chargers again until the end. But I had
normally don't
turn this off. Yeah, still love the team
until the end, but I had to turn this off. Still love this team, but the last 2 weeks have been infuriating.
I will tell you right now, my heart is in two pieces. I am so disappointed. So disappointed. I am so upset that we haven't done anything to help Herbert on the offensive line. Like, he is getting absolutely destroyed, and it's causing so many penalties that when he does overcome the odds and he figures it out, it gets called back by penalty anyway. It's taken like the optimism and the joy out from every play. Trevor Penning is a really good name to throw out there, Corey Shields, with the $2 holla. That's one I may end up mentioning in my show. Raydunes, I thought he was an interior guy. I'll go back and double check that. But Trevor Penning is a really good target. Did they end up losing today? The Saints, they played a softer team, right? They did win, so they're going to be what, like 1-4 now? But I think they know the situation that they're in. Trevor Penning was one that I felt would be a really good fit on this team when he was being drafted. Of course, that did not work out. I would give him a shout out. Like I would call about him. I actually like that. Juwan Jones, yeah. I got some work to do this weekend, man. At the end of the day, anything I say ultimately doesn't matter to a certain point. And that's something that I've always had in terms of like my perspective as a fan. Like I can scream and shout and do anything I want to and say whatever I want, but at the end of the day, you know, the team is the one making the decisions, and I have really no say. And at the end of the day, for the most part, too, I don't feel like I should, because I know these people know this game better than I do and this business better than I do. And all in all, they are a much more well-rounded football operations person than I am, right? But sometimes it's something so obvious that demands so little, you know, that I feel like maybe a collective voice could get their attention a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to be very vocal about this offensive line thing. I'm going to be very, very vocal about getting some help for Justin Herbert now. I'm not waiting until next season. I'm not waiting till the draft. I want somebody in that building tomorrow. I want guys that make sense, that may cost draft capital, that shoot, maybe you're such a stickler about your picks. I don't care. I need somebody in there now. I really feel like the offensive line is the reason that this team is nosediving right now. Because like I said earlier, some people are blaming it on QJ, which is a great, like, it was a momentum shift in this game, I'm not going to lie. But for me, this goes back to last week when Joe Alt went down. It really feels like ever since that moment, this team has not been able to get right. And that's why I feel like no matter what, you have got to do your part in improving this team. Rodriguez is going to carry for nothing. I think that's going to be a fourth down, right? They're going to kick their three, and they're going to be up multiple scores. Elliott's back with another $10 holla. If they don't have an emergency Galactic Senate meeting for this O-line tomorrow, they have failed us. Herbert and Harbaugh. Yep. Last super chat, God bless. Congrats on 10 years. Love you and your family. The Real Elliott, thank you so much. Hey, Real Elliott, and then anybody else who may find themselves at SoFi Stadium, October 23rd, I think is the day of the game. It's the Vikings game. I will be in attendance of that game. Me and my wife will be there. And the Die Hard Bolt Club has been gracious enough to offer us a space at one of their booths on the south side of Thunder Alley. I get a lot of messages every year from fans asking where I'm at in Thunder Alley so they can grab a quick picture. And I've always felt so bad that we may have rubbed elbows and, you know, passed each other in the lane somewhere. And we just missed each other. So this year, I actually have the details right here. I will be at the Die Hard Bolt Club main canopy on Thunder Alley South. And I'll be there pretty early. I usually like to get to Thunder Rally like 3 or 4 hours before the game to mingle and party and have fun with you guys. So if you're going to be at that game, that is where you can find me. I'll be with the Die Hard Bolt Club guys, and they're going to have a by the way, 4th and 7, they're going to go for it, and they're going to get a touchdown. That's insane. They're going to have a photo op set up for us in there, which is pretty cool. So shout out to Die Hard Boat Club, man. Thank you guys so much for being gracious enough for providing that. That's going to really, really help us shake more hands with the Bolt fam this year. Corey Shields at the 2, 1st and 3rd, Bozeman for McCoy and Penning and Raydunes. Yeah, I'm pretty set, like setting my sights on teams like the Saints, and Trevor Penning is a really good option to be looking at this point. I'm gonna go look at some grades and stuff for him. Pegasus, repeat of last year. It's starting to feel that way a little bit, but it's not too late to right the ship. I'm going to ask the fandom to stand with me on social media and demand any sort of help on the offensive line for Herbert tomorrow. I'm going to put something together on Twitter, on social media. I need your guys' help. I don't like putting myself out there like this. I know those guys at the team. I know a handful of them that work with the Chargers and all that stuff. And I know it's not anybody's fault in terms of that area. But I think that us as a fandom, we care tremendously about this team and about our quarterback. And I am not going to stand on the sidelines doing nothing about it anymore. I'm gonna get vocal. I'm gonna get loud. It may end up not doing anything. It may end up amounting to nothing, but I want to feel like I'm at least doing something to help Herbert not get killed next week versus, what would it be, the Dolphins? At this point, man, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, in my next game preview video, I don't think I'm going to predict another Chargers win until we see some movement from the offensive line or some improvement from the offense, period. It's going to be a really, really tough climb until then. And the biggest reason why I was hoping to get somebody in the building this week is because we, again, have an opportunity in this section of our schedule to survive until we get Joe Alt. This was one of those games that I felt was very winnable if we had figured anything out on offense. And instead, it felt like we took a step backwards, and a 20-10 loss feels very appropriate here. Yeah, Trey Lance is in now at quarterback. See if they can get anything going just for confidence. Conklin finally catches a football. Safe to say they did charge her today. They did. I think, honestly, they charged her on Monday when they didn't do anything. There's Aronde Gadsden with his first catch. He's going to go for 14 yards. 1st and 10. Lance is going to get sacked from behind. And it's Von Miller. You hit on your entry with Hampton and Daniels. There you go, Hugo. I'll take a look at my underdog after this, too. Lance QB1 until we get a real O-line. Some people will argue for that. I don't know how much pushback I'll give you. Why is there a stoppage? Somebody take a timeout. Don Clark with the $10 haul. I told you, 99 for 7. This team is full of quitters. This is all about winners and quitters. Chargers players. You should be embarrassed. Yeah, there is a lot of soul searching that's going to need to be done this week. I honestly, there's a lot of pressure from me on Joe Ortiz right now. Like, from my perspective, that is something that you absolutely have to address right now. The Trey Lance is going to take off for about 10 yards or so. He's going to be 5 seconds left on the clock. See if he can make one more play here. Colton Kasky with the $2 haul. I commend you for having positive attitude. It's my job. I'm a Chargers fan as much as the next guy, and I am very much so broken and hurt and destroyed and depressed inside about this game. This sucks, and I wish that I had better news for everybody, but it is what it is. Conklin will pick up a 20-yard gain on the final seconds, and that's going to do it. Chargers lose 27-10. I'm literally having to, like, you know, hold back emotions. This was a tough game, dude. This was an awful witness of negligence in protecting your franchise quarterback. Can you guys type 1 in the chat? I don't ask this very often, but I'm going to say type 1 in the chat. You're going to keep an eye out on my Twitter and retweet and spread the word of our demand to get Justin Herbert some help on the offensive line. I want us collectively as a fandom to do everything we can to protect our franchise quarterback. It may do nothing, but on the off chance that Ortiz or somebody sees it and says, "Hey, maybe they got a point, maybe they got, you know, the perspective, maybe they have the answer, I don't know. Maybe it's worth a shot." It's our Hail Mary as the fandom, Bolt fam. So we'll see. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, Herbert really did try. He did. Well, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty devastated. I don't want to be here right now. I want to go do something to get my mind off of it. I want to believe that this team is going to do the right thing and find a way to move the needle on the offensive line. But we got a job to do. I got to head over to Bleacher Report here in a minute, and we're going to talk about this game. And again, we're going to take our lickings and speak as to, you know, what we can do to help this team. But
tough, honestly, but happy anniversary. Hope you have an amazing weekend. My anniversary is on the 9th. Lolo, well, Chargers need to figure things out.
Hey, your anniversary's on the 9th? That's really funny. Me and my wife for a while got our wires crossed a lot in October because our anniversary when we were dating, when we first went steady, was on October 9th. And then we ended up getting married on October 3rd. And so, like, every year we'd be like, happy anniversary, I think? Or is that on the 9th? So happy anniversary to you and yours too, my man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means so much to me and my family. I appreciate that. Alex with the 10. Pick 4 DTs isn't going to make moves. I mean, he might not, but I'm not going to say I didn't try. You know what I mean? At least I can sleep at night. We'll see. I might not, but we'll see. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. I'm going to go get ready to speak to the people on Bleacher Report and see what we all think about our situation going into next week with the Dolphins. We'll catch you guys in Bleacher Report here in just a few minutes. Till then, bolt up, stay frosty. Be mad today, bolt up tomorrow, and let's get loud on Twitter today. I'm going to think about what I want to say and then help amplify that voice a little bit. We'll catch you guys in Bleacher Report here in just a minute. Love you guys.